Welcome to the Plist recording from Howard Middle School. Waiting to pick up my oldest daughter, Elena. Anyway, I got a little time, so I thought I would get out of here. You see what I deal with every day, right? Anyway, we got a Plist. Plist, you're not in my Plist, bitch. This shirt is awesome. This Plist top 10 wrestlers in Georgia. And guys, people have commented like, man, you're putting out a lot of videos. Some of your videos are very long and you're just putting them out more and more and more. Yeah, my new goal is at least 3 a week plus the Patreon video. And I'm thinking of ramping the Patreon videos up to 2 a week because I got a lot of stories to tell, a lot of tea to spill, and all that good stuff. By the way, I think I have to check on this. I think my Patreon officially is right at $200 a month, which is amazing. If you would like to join my Patreon, awesome. If you join my Patreon at the $5 level and above, not only will you get the weekly video, the unsubstantiated rumors and deep dives into drama video, I will give you links to all of the old Patreon videos. We're getting up there in number. I don't even number them anymore. So you'll get to hear all the stories from the past because people, I hate to think that people missed out. So yes, if you do that until the end of the year, you will get all the old ones as well. Awesome. Shall we get into the list? Yes, I'm being very aggressive. You must be proud, ready to take on the world. Rounders sucker, Teddy KGB for life. Ready for this top 10? There's some names that you might be expecting here that are not here. I'll go ahead and name a couple of them. Alan Angels, not here. He's won matches, but he's become the opening match guy for the Big Feds in Georgia. You don't believe me? Look at the last few show reports from Action or Southern Fried or Southern Honor. He's wrestling in the first match and he's winning, but these are matches of little consequence. It's amazing the difference this year has made. At one point, people were contacting me going, do you think Alan Angels could be Wrestler of the Year? And now it seems like a long time ago. Anyway, he's not in the top 10, and neither is Strychnine. Strychnine was almost there because he's still APW champion. I think they call it the Southern States champion. But notably, he is no longer the television champion at Anarchy, and he lost a big match to AC Mack cleanly. Not that I always go by who beat whom, because if you get into that game, it's going to get really messy, especially once you get into the top 4 or 5, because you have people who beat other people in other leagues and all this other stuff, bouncing back and forth. Let's get into the list. It's a very controversial one. I'm already owning that. It is what it is. Is it going to facilitate discussion? Yes. Is it going to cause some people to say I've lost my mind, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm playing some kind of political thing? Sure. But that's what's fun about these fucking lists, right? Don't be mad just because you're not on my P-list, bitch. Number 10, Gunnar Miller. The fuck? Gunnar Miller? Steve, he's had one fucking match. Yeah. The best promoted match we've seen in a long time. And he instantly inserted himself into the main event picture at Southern Honor. And he did it by demolishing 2 of the guys who were going to be in our top 3. And if everyone's being honest, they would love to have him. Is he one of the 10 most important wrestlers in Georgia right now? Yes. Is he arguably in the top 5 as far as most important? Yes. Fuck you. He's number 10. If you want to argue with me about it, please feel free. Number 9, Shane Marks. Still holding on to the titles that he's got. Still wrestling the best matches wherever he goes. Shane Marks is making it happen. And to be honest, he got a little lucky on this one because a couple of notable names are not there anymore, including Slim J. Nonetheless, Shane Marks, still great at what he does, still wrestling great matches. Number 8, Michael Judas. This one was tough, right? It was tough for me. His presence looms large, and that casket match was absolutely huge. One of the biggest non-title matches that we've had in recent memory. And he's part of a tag team that's just kicking ass, and he's just a huge presence. And he hasn't done a lot of solo matches as of late, but a lot of like, he's the big guy in the 6-man, or, you know, as part of that tag team, Lethal Poison, as I said before. But he's a guy that is going to be inserted into the main event everywhere he goes. And he's a big deal outside of Georgia as well. Number 8, Michael Judas. Like I said, this is an incredibly strange top 10 list. I do them more but as a reminder, I do them more Pro Wrestling Illustrated style. Yeah, so it's basically based on a number of factors, including your general presence on the card and how large you're looming in my mind's eye. It's very subjective, but it's a top 10 list in pro wrestling. It's going to be subjective, folks. Let's just be real. And nowhere can you see that more than number 7. Ready? David Ali. Who is more fucking shocked than me? But not only did he pick up a win over Michael Judas, not only has he reversed this trend of losing repeatedly, he's now winning matches, and he feels like he is on the cusp of the main event everywhere he goes, if he is not already in the out-and-out main event. And in smaller promotions, he is, in case you didn't know. David Ali is breaking out as that guy, that star. He's probably going to win Most Improved. And certainly this year alone has shown he's gone from the outhouse to the penthouse, as they love to say. He's finding his way in. Even in defeat, they give him a mic. This guy is doing it all, and he's looming as one of the biggest and most significant presences in social media out of the Georgia wrestlers as well. There's a lot to take note there, and David Ali has obviously taken them well and applied them. He is number 7 top 10 wrestlers of Georgia as of this date, December 10th. Number 6, William Huckabee. Of course, he's involved with the feud with Joe Black. He's in AWE, but he's in also other promotions that you may not know about, and he's a main eventer where he goes over there. William Huckabee is a big fucking deal, and his presence looms even larger because of the podcast, because of he's so verbal, because he and Joe Black have gone back and forth publicly, and everything they do matters. Everything he does matters. Hear that again, wrestlers who are wrestling here, there, and everywhere, but seemingly with no purpose whatsoever. Everything he does matters. There are wrestlers who are arguably better wrestlers, or arguably potentially bigger, more signable wrestlers, but who waste a lot of time at shows that don't matter and who leave you scratching your head. Huckabee's not one of these guys. He's one of these guys that's maximizing his presence right now. But you want me to give you an example? Fred Yehi. Fred Yehi, let me ask this question and let me be blunt. Do you know what the fuck he's doing? Because I fucking don't. I mean, I know he shows up for action here and there, and he shows up and has a great match with Shane Marks and GIPW and that kind of thing, but generally, Fred Yehi, doesn't it feel like he should be getting more out of his career right now? Let's be honest, yes. But William Huckabee is maximizing what he's got. But he's number 6. Now we're in the top 5. Now it really counts. Here's what's shocking. Number 5. Joe Black. Doesn't have a title, doesn't fucking matter. But he does have the most important title. Most compelling motherfucker going on right now. That's a title that you can't fucking wear around your waist, but it's the one that everybody sees. Ooh, clever as fuck, right? Joe Black. He's fucking feeling himself. He's fucking knows that he's the shit. He knows he's got it going on. He knows he has right now the career going exactly in the direction that he wants under his own terms. At least that's how it feels. It's very impressive. Joe Black fucking, you know, when somebody was like, oh, Joe Black for technical, and I was like, what the fuck? What are you fucking talking about? And then I thought about it and I went, fuck, why not? So I went back and watched a Joe Black match. Why was I so compelled to do it? You have to be so moved to do that when you're this guy, when you're such a compelling figure on the scene. I would be remiss to not have him in the top 5, honestly. He's forcing me to do it because he is so compelling and so interesting. And what's more interesting? This shit. All the chips are on the table on this one. Someone's going to drop out of that top 10 and someone's going to rise up in it. That's how big that match is looming. And what a great job they've done building that match up at Southern Honor. But just a great story that Huck and Black have told. Really fucking great. It really helps that those guys are putting out promos all the time too, especially Joe Black. Number 4 is Chip Day. Chip Day, who's showing up at other people's shows, showed up at Viral, got a win over AC Mack, showed up all over the place, but he is your AWE champion, and he's going into the biggest match for him to date at AWE with ACH. Chip Day is knocking on that top 3. We'll see what AWE and Chip Day can pull out of the hat to see if he can break up that sort of logjam that happens in the top 3. Keep in mind, Jacob Ashworth is long gone from the top 10, right? Of course he is. And if he's long gone from the top 10, that provides opportunity. Slim J's not there because he was injured. But when you look at all these people that are now kind of coming back and people that are going on the rise and that kind of thing, how long, right, before Kyle Matthews finds his way to the top 10? How long when Slim J comes back till he finds his way to the top 10? With the injury to one of the Lynches, the other one is going to find himself without his tag team partner. And you know what? Either one of the Lynches can find their way into this top 10 very easily. Will Caution, how long before he ends up in there as well? You can see what I'm saying. And there are other wrestlers that you, with the right match or two and the right kind of push and the right kind of attitude and the right kind of whatever, slight tweak on how they're viewed, could easily find themselves in the top 10 as well. I'm shocked because this top 10 is now churning faster and faster than ever, to the point where me doing it once a month doesn't seem out of reason, whereas it once did. Let's get to this top 3. Number 3, your new Southern Honor champion, Corey Hollis. The top 3 was the ones that I deliberated on. Corey Hollis is number 3. Shit, let's just put him out here. Number 2 is AC Mack. Number 1 is Logan Creed. Right? But let's be honest. If I changed it to this, AC Mack, Logan Creed, Corey Hollis, 1, 2, 3. You could make that argument very easily. Hell, if you wanted to make this argument, you can make it very easily. After all, Corey Hollis technically beat Logan Creed, who beat AC Mack. But then again, AC Mack has been the action champion for a long, long time. So shouldn't he be ranked above Logan Creed? You see my problem. But let's just talk about it as it lies and how as I see it right now. Number 3 is Corey Hollis, the most compelling heel in wrestling. Now he's the champion. Number 10, Gunnar Miller. Is Gunnar Miller going to have to deal with Logan Creed first before he gets to Corey Hollis? Or is Gunnar Miller just going all the way straight through to Corey Hollis and avoiding Logan Creed altogether? It's a fucking compelling and interesting story. And Corey Hollis at number 3. Now, if I do another one, who is truly the top 10 of the year based on the entire year, Corey Hollis might even find himself even higher because remember, he was Southern Fried champion for a long time and Jacob Ashworth had to chase him down. Corey Hollis is number 3. And Southern Honor champion. AC Mack, the very long reigning action champion. And Bone Spurs or whatever the fuck the other thing is. Right? But let's talk about the title that matters. Action champion. He wrestles for everybody. He's the shit. He's doing great. But yet when he goes to other shows like Viral or even smaller shows, he does the job. Very interesting, right? And some people might say I'm still holding a grudge for him for doing that Stranglehold show way back when. I am not. Let's face it, what is the voting going to come down to when you look at Wrestler of the Year for the Georgia Wrestling Awards? It's right here. And in all 3 polls that I did, these guys are right at the top. AC Mack is number 2. So close. But keep in mind, Logan Creed, before this weekend, was the Southern Fried and the Southern Honor champion. That little difference was the difference. Logan Creed is number 1. He was most improved in 2017, Wrestler of the Year in 2018, and held on, by my estimation, number 1 all year long. A yeoman's task indeed, a Herculean task, but he did it. He should be very proud of himself. Of course, the MLW thing, very proud of himself. Because the competition has not been like this in a long time. I am going to do a P list for the top 10 wrestlers based on the year they had. So whether they're currently injured doesn't matter. Whether they're currently disgraced, Jacob Ashworth, doesn't matter. That top 10 is going to be based on the year that the top 10 wrestlers had. Anyway, that was our P list. Top 10 wrestlers in the state of Georgia as of December 10th. 2019. Make sure to listen to Tipping Point tonight where we go over who those award nominees are going to be. I would suspect you're going to see almost all of these top 10 names in some way, shape, or form in one of the categories. See you then.